Hello everybody and welcome to a day vlog. And today we are doing a room tour because I've been addicted to watching people do room tours and I think they are really fun to watch, so I thought I have an interesting room. So let's go around my room and look at everything because I think they're cool and they're fun. So I hope you guys like it and let's get going. Let's take a look at my room. Now before we take a look at my room, I should warn you, I'm quite a nerd. As you can see, there's movie posters, pops, and stuff everywhere. So it's not aesthetic, it's very nerdy and kind of weird. So let's go take a look. Alright, so I'll start off with a little bit more behind the scenes of what you guys were just in. A ring light, because you know, gotta get that good lighting, and I just got it and I really like it. So that's the first thing that's not always up, because this would be kind of a weird situation having, you know, the camera always set up by my bed. Make for a little bit of a weird situation, but ring lights, they're very helpful because you get very good lighting. So let's move on to the rest of the room, but that's why the room's actually dark. I actually don't have my overhead lights actually on. I only have like lamps and everything else around me on. So, first place is, let's just get a quick overview of the room. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I call it home. So the first place we're going to start is from the TV, and then we'll just head around the room. So this is what my TV area looks like. I got my Switch right there, you know, with my glowing Sheikah plate, and then you know, PlayStation, all those fancy things that just keep me entertained at night. And behind there is our lovely mannequin named Judy. She just washes and stares. I got her for like $2 on clearance, and she holds my wig and it's great. And she's, you know, part of the LGBT community. So she just watches and hangs out. She might not always be around, but you know, she's there, she hangs. And down here is where all the show and pops will start. So right here, we got my Plain Crazy statue because, you know, we always love Mickey Mouse. Then over here is my whole fall collection of pops. Sorry if my shadow gets in the way, but you know, that's just how it goes. There's a lot of pops. You'll get very used to that in my room. Then Back to the Future with an actual newspaper from the day that scene happens, which is actually very cool. I had to look everywhere for that. Apparently there was 2 prints of that, so I'm very happy I got one. Got N64. And of course Banjo-Kazooie inside of it. Then over here is my record player next to a copy of a Blockbuster Halloween with all my records behind it. There's a lot of different types of music in there. There's big band, there's alternative, there's soundtracks, so there's a lot going on. And of course you have to have a flex capacitor in your room. Oh, and I should mention I have a Scary Neo. I actually don't know what they're called. I just call them little mannequins that adjustable that you can use for drawing. I got one for free, so you know, I like him and he's cool. He just kind of hangs out and is like, hey, look, there's your window. And then we move on to my Disney shelf, which is like one of my all-time favorite things in the whole room. So starting at the top, we have a Sorcerer Mickey, Maleficent, kind of after Fantasmic. Then next shelf is my Walt Disney and Classic Mickey. Some lovely artists, I wish I knew the name, drew this. One of my favorite pieces. This plaque, we made that. My family did. Just 3D printed it and painted it up. Then right here is actually something really cool. This is opening day, like 1955 on the date on there, which is like really cool to me. They sold that at Disneyland and it's from opening year. That was from my great grandpa, so my grandma donated it, well not donated, but passed that along to me. Then you know, we got Plain Crazy and Steamboat. Next shelf is my attractions shelf of pops and also Jim-Dell art. It's got Figment, Red, just a little bit of everything. I mean, I love it though. It makes me happy. Next up is kind of random, but just Disney in general. I mean, you got Hughes Ezra, that's awesome. Captain Hook, not Pirates of the Caribbean, but you know, Captain Hook, DJ Rex, Lilo. I mean, just all the stuff I really like. Then next up is a whole shelf dedicated to Mickey Mouse, pretty much. And some of my favorite Walt Disney books I have. As you can tell, I'm quite a Disney fan. Got a couple things, just a couple. Onto my next wall, which just has some art on it, all by Ben Byrne. He's a local artist and he just does some fantastic stuff. I've bought so much stuff from him. He does a whole bunch of Disney, different things, does his own stuff sometimes. But my favorite is the Jungle Cruise. Then we have the bed, where I spend my time, which has Oliver. This is from me and Bryce's first Valentine's together. We went and built stuffed animals at Build-A-Bear. This is the one I built. He smells like cotton candy, and also he has dinosaur noises in him, because why not? Because who doesn't love a corgi that makes dinosaur noises and smells like cotton candy? And then over here is our lovely, just different places in the US. And here is my side table. We just got some, Animal Crossing figures, a succulent, a Vault Boy, and just a fun lamp. And this lamp's controlled by my Alexa, so that's fun. Got a Goonies poster right here because we love Goonies. And this is where I spend a lot of my time editing, playing games, a little bit of everything here. And on here I have some of my favorite artists on here, music, directing, all sorts. A lot of directors on here, games, and then all sorts of people. And of course I have my boyfriend right here in pop form that he made, one of him and then one of me. And he gets to sit by me every time I edit. And this is probably my favorite part of my whole room. A lot of people are going to think this is really random and whatnot, but this is probably my favorite part. So up here we have Roman Wander with a pop version of me with famous YouTuber Jake Anderson that my boyfriend made me. And then over here is the new Coca-Cola gun, director sign behind it, a whole bunch of random stuff. So I like to call this my Disney shelf. It's very much inspired by Disney. A Hatbox Ghost that we actually captured.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
And let's see. Oh dang. Here, we'll do it one more time.
Family, friends,
Yeah. And in here you actually capture ghosts. So I got the hat box. Then next up is Mickey Mouse ears, because Mickey Mouse ears. A drumstick from one of my favorite concerts from Chunk No Captain Chunk. Just have to catch half a drumstick. Some every flavored beans. Goonies again on Tower of Terror. And then here is one of my all-time favorite areas, is my collection of cameras. They're all different. There's a Super 8 camera. I'm actually not that good with actually knowing what cameras are, but these are all just cameras I collected. This one right here is probably my oldest camera. It's from the 40s. And then over here is Polaroid that actually still works. Then right here is actually my very first vlogging camera. My parents got me it. I think it was like $100, but you gotta start somewhere. Actually, you know what? This might be the oldest camera here now that I think about it. That's probably the oldest camera. The other one was my oldest camera for a long time, though. I will say that. And then we move on to my bookshelf in the room that has like so much on it. A lot of pops. A lot of pops. But I can't just break down every shelf for you because they all have somewhat of a theme. So this is probably honestly the most random shelf. So up here is just my Cuphead figures, a couple of ears, aliens, why not? Then the next shelf is actually DC, Marvel superheroes, and a lot of the films behind it correlate with them. Then over here is my horror shelf, all horror movies. Most of the movies on here are horror, some of them are just, I didn't know where to put them. But yeah, they're all kind of horror. As you can see, lots of horror movie. I'm starting to run out of shelf room, so they're starting to stack. Then down here is kind of cartoons, family friendly, a little bit of everything. So these are probably like my feel-good movies and whatnot. But yeah, and this Jake right here is my oldest pop. That was my very first pop I ever got. Then down here are some of my books that I like. A lot of YouTuber books because, you know, I like YouTuber books. I think they're interesting. Don't Starve characters, Romeo and Juliet, Lord of the Rings. Once again, I'm a big nerd. And then finally down here is my comic book shelf with just a lot of Disney stuff, Lagoon, all sorts of different things. History on Disney. And of course I had to have one of my favorite attraction posters right here in the corner. Duh. And then finally, I have a lightsaber there from Disney. Also, I should ask you, would you guys want to see a tour of my Disney basement? I have a whole basement dedicated to Disney, and I think it's pretty cool. So, leave a comment if you guys would actually like to see what my Disney basement looks like. And I sure hope you enjoyed that vlog. I know that was a little bit different video, but I thought it was really fun. I mean, who doesn't like seeing someone's room, right? Right. Anyway, and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe because that always does help the channel. Leave a like, comment. What type of room do you guys have? Do you have aesthetic, or is it just kind of random? Do you have it all dirty like I do, or is it aesthetic? I don't know. I always think people's room vlogs, as I said, are really interesting. And we will see where we decide to roam and wander next.